Okay, we are live again. Darkside Gunner again for another post-match reaction. Well, what can I say? That was not gonna lie, it was kind of a boring game. Especially the first half. The first half we were really, really boring. I mean, I think Crystal Palace were gonna play that mid block that I was kind of scared about because Arteta is getting better at dealing with low blocks, but his mid blocks aren't good. He's not very good at dealing with mid blocks. Sorry, I remember. I think it might have been. Not sure if it was last year or 22-23. No, it was 20. No, it was last year, or maybe it was the year before. Actually, no, it was last year where we played Porto away and they had a mid block and they were just super, super stubborn and we couldn't break it down. And I just thought, that could be a problem because we're not, once we get the first goal on a low block, it kind of opens up for us anyway. But I feel like those mid blocks, they're really, really tough for us to break down. And, I did say that I was happy with the lineup, but now that in retrospect, I'm looking back, I feel like it would have probably been better to rest Rice and play Wanyeri and Eze is like a double pit, as like it's like 2 10s or like 2 8s because we're always going to dominate the ball. And I just feel like when you play players that can kind of pick up the ball and run through the midfield, you deal with a mid block a lot better because we're moving the ball so slowly. So instead of moving the ball slowly to kind of like let the mid block be effective, it's better to have two players that can kind of run in between the two lines and pass as well. Because man, we were so lackluster, and like Zubamendi was making some mistakes in the first half. Timber was making some mistakes. Eze was making some mistakes. And yeah, it was just the first 20 minutes were really, really dry. It was a real boring, frustrating watch. But we didn't. I couldn't really think of any standout player in that first 25 minutes to half an hour. I think Timber was okay defensively and going forward it was okay, but it wasn't really. There was no real end product. And I think Saka wasn't. I wouldn't say awful, but he got locked up, man. They were double, triple teaming up on Saka, and he just was not effective today. It was probably one of the worst games I've seen him in this season. Probably the worst, actually. Calafiori done all right. I think he done what he's supposed to do, be a bit of a chaos merchant, kind of pop up here, there, and everywhere. Centre backs were solid. Zubamendi, not that great. I can see Rice was doing this every 5 minutes because there was no passing lanes. And the reason why there were no passing lanes is because we needed two. I think we needed Wanyeri and Eze to kind of dribble and go between the lines to create space. Trossard was actually pretty decent on the left-hand side. He was getting some good balls over the top from Gabriel and Calafiori. But again, obviously, around about, I think it was the 38th minute, Saka gets taken down by Tyreek Mitchell, gives away a silly free kick. Rice whips it in, goes to the back post. Gabriel headers it back, and Eze karate kicks it into the bottom corner. And it's weird because when he kicked it, I was like, it went in. I was like, has he scored? Like, it was just a really weird angle from, watching it on TV. It was kind of weird, but yeah. Which is annoying actually, because I don't actually think Gabriel got the assist for that, which is kind of annoying, but we move. I think Crystal Palace kind of turned up the pressure a little bit before the end of the first half, but there was no real threat for me. And then it goes to half time, and we come out of half time, and I feel like, man, half time, it was that quick passing, quick high tempo football again. Passing out, I think we get a set piece on the edge of the box, or on the left hand side. I think the right back Muniz takes out Calafiori. We get a set piece. Rice whips it in. I think it goes to the back post. Gabriel hits the crossbar, comes back out. Rice hits the crossbar, and then we're kind of just peppering them for the next 5 to 10 minutes. And I'm thinking, okay, the second goal's coming, and then once the second goal comes, they're really gonna have to attack, and then we'll open them up, stretch them out, pause, and get the third goal. It kind of just never really happened. It got to the 60th, 70th minute. Arteta made a couple of changes. I think he brought on Martinelli for Saka, which surprised me. I thought that Trossard was going to come off, but it kind of made sense because Saka wasn't having a great game, and he just didn't look. He didn't really look like great. Takes off the armband, gives it to Gabriel. Gabriel's the captain now, and then I think Hincapié and Marino come on about 10 minutes later, and it was nice to see Hincapié as well because shout out to UK, just doing my post match reaction. And it just kind of looked like, okay, well, look, it's come to like the 75th minute, 74th minute. We're still looking defensively solid. Crystal Palace are kind of peppering us a little bit, like they're kind of building the pressure's kind of mounting. So I think we want to slow down the game a little bit. He brings on Lewis Skelly, which I thought he was gonna put as Miles Lewis Skelly in the 10, which I was like, whoa, that doesn't really seem like our 10. I thought if we're going to put someone in the 10, surely Wanyeri would be like a like for like. But no, we actually switched to a back five, which really surprised me, actually. We had Hincapié, Mosquera, which I forgot to mention. Saliba went off, well, at halftime. He got swapped at halftime because he was injured. I'm hearing that it was something to do with his ankle. His ankle was a little bit, I don't know, but is what it is. We had a back five of Timber, Hincapié, Mosquera, and Gabriel Lewis Skelly. So yeah, solid back five. I mean, I'm really surprised that he had the tactical flexibility to actually do that. Rice's performance, I just think it was just normal, really. He didn't. I mean, they had one shot on target, and it was just like I think it was like a looping header or something, or it was nothing that I can even remember. I can't even remember what the shot on target was. I checked the stats, but pretty sure they only had one shot on target, and I think about 6 attempts. But yeah, man, Raya could have. I think Peter Griffin could have been in goal, and we could have kept a clean sheet today. But saying that, his sweeping was really, really good. Like he was doing the sweeper keeper stuff, and he was like really alert. Like Raya is honestly like a third centre back the way he plays, and obviously it comes with his weaknesses because I think there was a point where Pape Sarr chipped him in pre-season where but that rarely happens. But he's been the best keeper in the Premier League so far this season. A lot of people saying Donnarumma, but I don't think Donnarumma has done. He's just got it. I don't think he's done enough to warrant that. Obviously, I think Donnarumma is probably the best keeper in the world, but I don't think he's done enough to say that. Yeah, he's been the best keeper in the Prem for me. Let me just check the stats quickly. So there's seven attempts, one shot on target. It's one of those games where it wasn't really that entertaining, but you know what? Liverpool lost, which I did predict actually. I did predict to drop points away at Brentford. Liverpool lost. Man City lost 1-0 to Aston Villa, which I did predict to draw again. So they lost. Chelsea lost. And Man United won as well last week, so it's helped us out a lot. I think every single result this weekend couldn't have gone any better. Arsenal keep a clean sheet. We collect 3 points. Rice went down injured, but I think he was just wasting time, to be honest. I'm not really sure if it was anything serious. Might have just been like a little bit of cramp, but I don't think it was anything serious. Hopefully, William Saliba, when he did come off, he was sitting on the bench with the rest of the squad. So usually when it's not serious, they kind of just sit on the bench. But when it's serious, they go straight down the tunnel. So hopefully it's nothing too bad. But to be honest, at this point, I'm not super scared about injuries because we've got Madueke coming back next month. Havertz should be back next month as well. We still got quality of depth. We still got Ben White on the bench. Mosquera can come on. Hincapié can do a job. This defenses look solid. And then obviously we've got Wanyeri. We've got Dalman. Mikel Merino can do a job as well. So yeah, it's looking good. It's probably the perfect weekend and a perfect result for Arsenal and the Gunners. Can't complain. I think we have a good run of games coming up. Let me just check actually. 1 second, guys. Let's check Arsenal fixtures. If let me just share my screen. Share screen. Just 1 second, guys. So we've got Brighton on Wednesday in the Carabao Cup or the League Cup. I think it's at home at the Emirates. I do expect to win that, but I do want to see some changes. I do want to see Wanyeri get a start. I do want to see some rest. I do want to see some players get rested. do want to see Lewis. I want to see Lewis Kelly. I want to see Hincapié. I do want to see Ben White. I want to see. I do want to see Dalman as well. I think Dalman obviously played. I think on the 19s against Atletico Madrid, or he got a brace as well. But I do want to see Max Dalman, but he's probably doing his homework anyways. But who knows? The kid's only 15, but we'll see. And then we have Burnley away. I mean, this should be 3 points. It will be an ugly game, but it should be 3 points. Then we have Slavia Prague at home. Away, in the Champions League. 3 days after, that should be 3 points. And I want to see heavy rotation in this game because I don't really think we need to be blasting out the full squad for this either. And then we have Sunderland away, who are third, which is crazy. Granit Xhaka derby away at the Stadium of Light could be an ugly game, but we should be getting the points there. And then my favourite fixture, the scum down the road, the North London derby. But Spurs are not in good form at the moment. I think that should be a dub as well. And then we have Bayern at home, which again, I want us to beat Bayern convincingly. I hate Bayern Munich and I hate Harry Kane. So Bayern Munich have given us some beatings in the past, man, and it would just be nice to just really beat them. I'm actually going to check what the Real Madrid score is actually. See what the score is, because I know that El Clasico. I don't know why they put El Clasico like in the middle of Super Sport Sunday, but whatever. Okay, so 67 minutes, Real Madrid are winning 2-1. Mbappe, Bellingham, and Lopez have scored for Barcelona. We'll see. Apparently, I heard from Lee's stream that Lamine Yamal's dropped a bit of a stinker, so we'll see how that ends. But yeah, I think good weekend of football. I hate Kane because the reason why I hate Kane is because he always scores against Arsenal, whether it's by Bayern Munich or Tottenham. I don't actually hate Kane as a person, but I just hate him when he plays against Arsenal. He always puts us in a pack, man. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. It gets on my flipping nerves. Nothing wrong with Bayern. I actually like Bayern, but Bayern, like if I were to say a German team I do like, I wouldn't say Bayern is probably even top 3, to be honest. It may surprise you. I'd probably say my favourite German team is probably Dortmund. And then my second favourite German team is probably Leverkusen. And then I'll probably say Mönchengladbach. Probably my 3 German teams, and probably Bayern 4th, to be honest. But yeah. And then, anyway, I want to finish the match reaction and I'm going to cut off the stream. We obviously saw out the game after we went to a back 5. It was a bit nervy. We had some moments, but we saw out the 3 points, got the 3 points. Arsenal go 7 points clear of Liverpool, 6 points clear of Man City, and I think 3 points clear of the top. So, yeah, top of the league. Set piece FC again, ole ole. Tapas Pulis again, ole ole. And yeah, let's see what we can do. For me, my focus is not just the Premier League. I think we should be challenging on all 4 fronts. I think it would be good to win the League Cup this year, install a winning mentality in this squad, and use the League Cup to build upon a winning mentality and go and get some of the bigger prizes. I mean, listen, I said it at the beginning of the season. It's got to be the League and FA Cup, or one of the big boys, or both of the big boys, which would be insane, by the way. I would not be able to stop screaming if we won both of the big boys. But yeah, so it's got to be the Premier League, the Champions League, the League and FA Cup double, or he's got to go, because at that point, he spent $1 billion Great British White win, 7 seasons in, and he's still not been able to produce the goods. For me, it's just coming to the point where we'll be like, well, this guy can't get over the line. He's going to keep coming close. And you got to remember, each year the squad gets older. The talent, you can't keep wasting this good talent that we've got. We've got a good crop of players here, and I think it would be wrong for us to just keep carrying on if Arteta can't do it this season. But yeah, I'm going to end the stream there. I'm going to probably do another stream in the evening, kind of just do like a weekend roundup. But thanks, guys. See you later.